You're now witnessing the 17th live coverage and watch along on the In This Corner podcast. It's your host, the legend Todd Finney himself. Hey, man, I got a special co-host in the building with me as usual. My guy, Wilton, from the Last Ones at the Bar podcast. Wilton, what's good with you?
Man, everything's gravy, baby. I'm happy that, this fight is coming on kind of early because, those other fights that you were, working on, it was past my bedtime. But I'm interested, man. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Facts, man. Glad to have you on, man. I know, these other fights, I know they'd be hard for you, to catch, but, man, glad to have you on.
No, I appreciate it. What does it look like on your end, though?
Yeah, both guys were giving each other a nice little stare down when Joshua just got in the ring, but they just walking around the ring, doing the announcements.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody tuned in, we covering, Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin. This fight is in the UK, in the O2 Arena.
Packed out too.
Yeah, yes, sir.
It's a packed house. Now I finally see Derek James over there in his corner. He didn't come out with him. AJ came out to, I guess that's a UK artist that he came out to.
Yeah, I didn't know who the guy was, so.
You know how Spence be coming out with some of those dudes from Dallas. I know the last time he came out the Big Tuck Southside the realest. I guess that's AJ version of the UK the realest or so. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got.
My bad, Ty. What you think though? What you think? Did you make a prediction on this one?
Man, I'm going for Joshua, but if he's the Joshua, that shows up in that Brazil fight, that dominant Brazil fight, I'm going for him. But I don't know what Joshua's going to show up, man. So it's tough for me to say, but I'm definitely going for Joshua though.
Man, I think they playing with my boy name. You know what I'm saying? I never really disliked AJ. I just, when they kind of put the batter in his back, he ended up getting that championship from Charles Martin, and then they started hyping him up a little bit too much. That's what I didn't like. But really, he is a top 5 heavyweight. And so when I'm saying them, disrespecting his name, he's fighting a dude who really doesn't have that much experience at the world class level. And he's coming off a loss. Now, people talk about AJ, where he's at and all of this type of stuff. He just fought against like one of the top pound for pound dudes. It's no, chink in your armor when you fighting against the top or one of the top pound for pound guys. You just wasn't able to be successful. See, that's one thing. But then this guy that he's facing, like I said, not much experience at the world class level. You going against AJ in his home country, in his home area, man, AJ gonna wipe the floor with this dude, man. He might have some moments, but I can't disrespect AJ like that.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. Yeah, Derek James is in his corner, so respect to him. Derek James definitely, probably changed some stuff in his game. So I think we definitely gonna see a better AJ. And he's big too, man. He's in big, good shape. Yeah.
And then the other thing with this as well, like you make a good point with Derek James. See, some things that's going to benefit AJ is just some of those things that Derek James is going to say to motivate him and to get him to have his antennas up where he's doing big man stuff, where he's controlling the ring. Like, dude, you a big boy, man. Them dudes can't handle you. Like, if he hearing that type of thing, see, I don't think they talk to him like that in the UK. Like, they got him out there boxing and he look real stiff. He's probably going to be stiff because he's stiff. But at the same time, I think you're going to see a little bit more aggression with him. He's going to be like a true, like legitimate, big, powerful heavyweight that's the way he's designed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm looking forward to see what the tutelage, that Derek James provides for him.
Facts. Derek James is, to me, one of the best trainers out there, man.
I think, yeah. I have to agree. Come on, AJ. Has it started yet?
Yeah, round 1 started 2 minutes and 30 seconds left now. AJ looks big, man. He looks like a giant in there.
Yeah. Is that the heaviest weight that he's come in at?
I'm not sure. I know. He's always been a big guy, but yeah, they would just a lot of people would just say, he's coming in and take Franklin's head off. So 255 is a lot of weight. So
Yeah.
I just hope it don't affect his gas tank. But we'll see what Derrick James does for him.
Yeah, pop that jab out. Don't let him touch you like that, AJ.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Let me get these comments. So Ryan Hanley, who shout out to Ryan Hanley tuning in early, said, "What's up, guys? What's up with Ryan?" Conrad Botson in the building says, "Always looking forward to AJ's fights. Appreciate y'all, tuning in, rocking with us."
Yes, indeed. Good jab. AJ doing a nice little jab out there. He's just a little stiff though. I think the way he's fighting, I don't see anything yet. As far as his work with Derrick James, he looks the same. But there's still a little. They both filling each other out.
Right. And I said, Franklin doesn't have the best gas tank. Like I said, he fades. He tends to fade in the later rounds. So AJ doesn't have the best gas tank either. So if it gets to the later rounds, man, I think both guys will be tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like. Oh, there you go. I didn't like how. See, AJ, it's gonna come a point when AJ is gonna get to throwing them hands.
Mm-hmm.
He may be successful in some of those exchanges. It's just gonna be a matter if Franklin is gonna be able to weather that storm. Because remember, it was like the 9th round against Usyk. AJ just let it all out. Like he was landing some heavy shots. Usyk made it out of there, but then the roles reversed in the 10th round. You know what I'm saying? Because AJ, he was done. He didn't have anything left. And then Usyk just, pressed the gas and then ended up, oh, yeah, there you go, AJ. Those some of the main shots, baby. LL Cool AJ.
Yeah, both. I see both guys landed like a jab on each other around the same time. So, yeah.
Don't let him. Come on, man. There you go.
Yeah, and everybody tuned in, drop your round by round predictions, who you think's winning.
I ain't get a chance to say what up. My prediction, 7th round stoppage for the big man.
Okay.
There you go. Keep pumping that jab. See, at this rate, though, the good thing for AJ is at that rate, he shouldn't slow down because he can do that all day, like this little 1-2 and nothing really coming his way.
Right.
So, round 1, I have to get out on the AJ slightly.
Yeah, I would say Jermaine Franklin has a lot of power. I mean, he's got a lot of knockouts, but I don't think his power is like serious, like nothing that AJ should like really be worried about. I see. They wiping a lot of blood from AJ's nose though. So Conrad Botson, he says 1-0 for Franklin. Okay, so he's getting around to Franklin. Ryan Hanley, he says, I'm going for Franklin since I seen him fight in Tacoma. He lost the 1 round. Yeah, because Ryan Hanley's in Seattle, Washington, I believe. So, he's saying, Jermaine Franklin fought on the undercard. It was against, he fought Jerry Forrest there. Matter of fact, that was the main event that night. Yeah. So round 2 just starting. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in round 2.
Yeah, come on, get him up out of here, AJ. What's going to start in about 30 minutes, man? I need you to get him up out of here so I can go ahead and watch that college basketball. I think San Diego State play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There you go. Throw some of the mean shots, man. Don't get hitting that nose though.
Yeah, referee talking to both guys. I guess Franklin did something. I don't know.
There you go. You trying to talk? Okay. Yeah, that's gonna get you them roughhouse tactics.
Who shout out? Jermaine Franklin. Taking a big fight. Coming off a loss against Dylan White, so that's showing he got the guts.
Yeah, that payday ain't bad either, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me see. Franklin. Okay.
Double jab by Jermaine Franklin. AJ landing the clean jabs. Ooh, nice jab landed by AJ. Big shots too. There's some straight hands.
This dude said, hopefully, oh, that's a good. Let me see what this dude talking about. Cause man, somebody gave an update.
Three shots, three punch combination thrown by Franklin, but nothing really effective.
This dude, so I'm looking at my phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of these YouTube dudes, he had on there shocking ending. Anthony Joshua drop, gets up to stop Franklin. So I'm like, man, like, and then at the bottom, it has like way at the bottom, final prediction. I'm like, dude, like, I'm like, man, did I miss something?
Right.
I'm behind.
Yeah.
They be trying to get you with that shock value. But he landed something because AJ nose is bloody, man.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say too, man. Just before you said it, I'm like, yeah, he's definitely landing some punches if his nose is bleeding that fast. So that's what I was saying. Like he's definitely got some pop in his punches, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good job by AJ. I'm surprised. Like you would think it'd be the other way around. I don't know what he hit him with though.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Come on.
So round 2 is just over for me.
Okay. Yeah. See, and the other thing too, I don't want to seem like I'm being biased, but you know, it's still big fights out there. I still want to see AJ against some of them other guys, against Fury, against Wilder, and people like that. And you know, even the other big boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What's his name? The slow cat.
Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce, yeah.
Yeah. Joe Joyce and Zhang be fighting in 2 weeks. So we got that to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me get these comments. Ryan Haley, both guys are landing some good shots. Fats. Conrad Boston says he got it tied. All right.
Oh, there you go. He keep hitting him with that right hand now. Damn. Yeah. Muchcomb don't really be moving his head like that, Franklin.
Yeah. I still want to see him and Wilder, man. You know, I don't know what Wilder's doing, but yeah, you know, hopefully we can get something going with them two. You know, if AJ's successful.
You know, Wilder just moved into being next in line for Usyk if Usyk doesn't fight against Fury. So they just moved him up.
Yeah, I was saying that too. So I like that fight.
Who would you favor in that?
Oh, I'm going for Wilder for sure.
Yeah.
And then that's an opportunity for him to, you know, become champion again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice big left foot thrown by Franklin. You know who he reminds me of a little bit? He looks like a young Jermaine Stavern.
He does, doesn't he?
He's round. He ain't got the best physique. You know, the way his hair is, he reminded me of Stavern, man.
Yes, Stavern, they look alike, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Both guys throwing big shots, but nothing's really effective.
That's the thing. It might boil down to now, obviously AJ hits harder, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that don't matter. Like what matters is who can take the other guy's shot the best.
Facts.
You know, and so
yep.
he landed a nice little right on the inside. AJ did.
Yeah, we seen AJ put, you know, Ruiz down, and Ruiz came back, you know, weathered the storm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. AJ trying to catch him with that right. Right down the middle.
Yep. Yeah, really, that shot Ruiz landed, man, you know, that was a big shot, man.
Mm-hmm. And Ruiz, he got some, you know, he can put you down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about Franklin. Every time I see him, I'm talking about like against world-class guys.
Right.
If he has enough pop.
Right. Yeah, I don't think Franklin got pop like Ruiz, man.
No, Ruiz got hands, them quick choppy hands. There you go.
Yeah. Ruiz put down Joshua, put down Ortiz, so he putting down, you know, big guys.
What the hell?
And he dropped both of them more than once.
Yeah, Ortiz done though. Like he can't. His punch resistance is gone.
Yeah. He's not. Yeah, he's just not the guy that should be fighting. Those top level guys anymore, man. He just takes too many shots now, and his fights keeps going down. So
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, he got to keep fighting. His daughter has that condition. He needs that money.
right.
The messed up thing is those guys. Oh, good, right. Those guys had ducked him so long that now they willing to fight him more so. But he around 66 years old. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. That's how they did Rigo too, though. Like they waited him out.
Right. Yeah. He got, he had 2 shots against, 2 shots for the title against Wilder, but unfortunately he came, unsuccessful both times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He probably won more rounds against Wilder than Wilder won against him.
Yeah. And so to show the replay, Joshua landed like a nice straight right hand, landed clean.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear what his trainer's telling him.
Let me get these comments. Ryan Hanley says, I say it's 2-1 in favor of AJ. Conrad Boxer says close round, but Franklin ended good. 2-1 for Franklin. Okay.
Before you go to the next one, Conrad, you got to factor in they're not gonna get those close rounds to Franklin.
Yeah. So AJ got the shift up in gears. Okay. Yeah, Franklin fighting in this guy's backyard, so he's got everything is stacked against him.
Yeah, everybody there to see AJ, everybody there to see Franklin, and Franklin mess around and win, then that's just gonna mess up unless he knock him out. That's the only thing. Because in a situation like this, you can't. Somebody who brings so much to the UK as far as his stardom, people selling those tickets. He has so many investments and stuff. Ain't not gonna let that man lose.
Right.
He damn near. Oh, be careful, AJ.
And see Franklin talking to him, saying,
that?
"Let's go."
Yeah. That's that Michigan stuff. You know what I'm saying? They talk a lot of snow.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I was AJ. Lean on him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. That's one thing. And that's why I was concerned when he was fighting Usyk is that he wasn't doing stuff like that. Because the big dude should be like roughing you up a little bit, holding you, tiring you out. He just don't have that in him. I thought Derrick James would help him, with some of those things. Ooh, there you go. Good jab.
Yeah, and who shout out, Jeff Hussein for subscribing to the channel. Just got a notification he subscribed. So who shout out to Jeff Hussein. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Anybody that's on here, subscribe to the channels. If you're not subscribed to the channels,
yes.
Your boy Ty right there. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and if you just might as well click on there and hit that sub button. If you on you checking out the last ones at the bar one, even if good shot, Franklin. Even if you're not, it don't cost any money to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, subscribe. Subscribe to the In This Corner podcast. Subscribe to the last ones at the bar. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. I don't know, AJ. I don't know. I don't. He gonna have to find him a trainer and just stick with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with him because he looked the same to me. Nothing different.
Yeah, maybe he'll start turning it up in the later rounds, but but those are the rounds he starts getting tired in. So.
There you go. Digs the body.
Nice exchange at the end of the round.
What's the best AJ you've seen?
I would probably say the dominant Brazil.
Ooh.
But he showed us, what he could do when he fought Klitschko. He went down, he came back. But I like what he did against dominant Brazil, man. Yeah. Brazil was a big guy. You know what I mean?
That Klitschko fight, that was impressive. I thought it was impressive for both guys though too.
Yep. So get these comments. Brian Haney says 2-2 now. Got a tie. Okay. Conrad Boston Franklin is outworking him 3-1 for Franklin. All right. Conrad Boston says AJ looks scared. Man, I think, I do think those two back-to-back losses, the usage changed him. So maybe, he could be fighting cautious, but back-to-back losses to the same guy, man, that can definitely change you. And Usyk is a guy who moved up, and he lost. So basically, he really lost to a smaller man. Yeah. So here we go. Jeff Hussein says AJ sits bad boy. Yes, my line. I'm not sure what he's saying, but shout out to you, man. Appreciate you subscribing.
Oh, good right hand, AJ. There you go.
So Tony Bello got it 40 for AJ, 36 for Franklin.
Oh yeah, they gonna have it that way.
Yeah. Jermaine Franklin threw like a triple jab.
There you go. AJ starting to turn up a little bit. There you go. Good job, Franklin. Oh, I saw what you tried to do, AJ. He was trying to go over the top. It hit him.
Yeah. Couple jabs thrown by AJ. He's staying busy. He's staying busy with the jab, but Franklin showing that he's not afraid, man. He's taking the fight to him. Yeah. And he got to make a statement because if you think about it, Tony Harrison and Anthony Durrell, both of those guys just took some bad losses, stoppage losses. So he got to make a statement, for Michigan. Yeah, that's what you said. Big shot landed by AJ.
Oh, yeah, good right hand, but he came right back at him, though. Frank will take a good shot. But you don't want to be taking those, too many of those from a big guy like that.
Facts.
He's starting to, he might be starting to fatigue a little bit too.
Yeah. Who, Franklin?
Yeah,
he tends to fade, man. He tends to fade in the later rounds, man.
See all that grappling and stuff like that, big boy too.
Yep. I seen some interviews when the heavyweights, man, they were saying when a heavyweight, a big guy leans on you, when y'all clinching and he leans on you, that drains your energy.
Absolutely. Sometimes some guys know how to grapple any way to kind of zap your energy, even if they're not big. But just imagine putting that somebody else's weight on top of you. And see, AJ, like he got him like now. Some dude, who was really good at that, and the refs really didn't admonish him, and probably because they was the man. But it was like Vladimir Klitschko. He was so used to fighting small guys. I think that from a muscle memory standpoint, when he fought against Tyson Fury, it just threw him off of the fact that he was fighting somebody taller. And he kept trying to do the same thing he was doing for all of those years against smaller guys, and it just wouldn't work against Tyson Fury. But AJ it would benefit him if he used some of those tactics. Like you got him in the clinch, just hold him and then let the referee tell you to stop holding him.
Right.
You tire the guy out.
Yeah. Let me get these comments real quick, man. Jeff Hussein, he says yes, thumbs up. He says AJ should knock them out in the 6th round, or you going to get aftertouch. Says AJ, I've lost. I'm not sure what he's trying to say. Ryan Haney said this is a close fight, but I know they are giving it to AJ so far. Yeah, it's his backyard. So Conrad Boxer says better round for AJ. It's 3-2 so far. Okay. Yeah. Again, man, everybody that's tuned in, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you. Yeah, so round 6 is just starting at 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in round 6. So yeah, in between rounds, man, his nose is staying bleeding, man.
It's
staying
bleeding.
bloody. Yeah.
So what I'm noticing though is he's not like overly breathing heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is a good sign for him.
Right.
I just need AJ to get him out of here 6th, 7th, or 8th, and we'll be good.
All right. So he sits now, so halfway through.
Now, AJ look, basic, he looked the same or whatever. But Franklin is gonna have to do something different too, though. You know what I'm saying? He gotta have like a plan B to
right.
Hopefully he does.
Right.
Because he keep doing the same thing over and over.
Right. Ooh, nice uppercut thrown by AJ.
Come on, baby. Franklin got a nice little right hand in there too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Franklin ain't no punk, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, nice right hand thrown by Franklin. Yeah.
Oh, damn, AJ.
Double jab landed by Joshua.
Well, only the biggest thing that I'm gathering from this fight is AJ can't mess with no Wilder. He can't mess with no Fury.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good opponent for him, for a nice little fight, coming off 2 back-to-back losses. So, I'm not knocking him, for fighting Jermaine Franklin.
Not at all. Matter of fact, you know what? This might have been good for him before the Usyk fight, because you fight a smallish guy who's a pretty good mover, and he's kind of a knockoff. He doesn't do similar stuff, but I just fighting a smaller guy with pretty quick hands.
Right.
Somebody like that. But he couldn't have fought him before Usyk. They wouldn't have allowed that because they would have been like he's cherry picking and all of that type of stuff.
Right. Yeah, I still think Wilder gets him out there early, and I think Fury's footwork is just too good for him. Yeah. I think honestly Fury would toy with AJ.
I agree, because the thing is that he's just basic. That's the thing. It's like he doesn't have any tricks of the trade. He doesn't have like any like nuances or anything like that. Any special effect outside of just being big, strong, and basic. You know what I'm saying? It's a big
thing.
But I was more impressed, man. I know you're about to get to those comments. The last thing I was going to say is that before you get to the comments, is that I saw him improve. He looked so powerful and strong, like leading up to the Klitschko fight. It just seemed like the Klitschko fight, although that was an excellent win for him, he never really, to me, looked the same after that, after he got dropped. But he looked good in that fight, but it just seemed like something hasn't been the same since that fight.
Yeah, Klitschko, he landed a nice shot on, drop AJ, and this was by older Klitschko. He was 41 or so in that fight, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
it was off for a long time too.
Yep. So Jeff Hussein says, "Bad boy, age is hungry. He won 6-7. AJ doesn't knock him out." Ryan Haney says Franklin isn't backing down. Facts. Conrad Boxing says he's got it 4-2 for Franklin. Jeff Hussein says AJ 6-7. AJ does not win, and he lost. You do not want 6th round. Conrad Boxing says AJ shy of taking risks.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not like Usyk like did that to him though. You know what I'm saying? Like normally when somebody is gun shy, it's because they got knocked out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not what Usyk did to him.
Right. Yeah, Usyk did drop him. He was dropped by Klitschko was dropped by Ruiz a few times. So
Shit, he looked better against Usyk than he looking today.
Mm. The Franklin got some puffiness around the eye.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah.
AJ, man. Let's see this now AJ's starting to make me mad now.
Yeah.
Fighting a dude who's small, he doesn't hit hard. You a big,
Right.
strong, heavyweight dude.
Right.
Bring it to him, man. Be a big guy.
Facts. Nice jab landed by both guys. Clean jabs landed. AJ looks like he's bleeding on the lip.
See, now I was pro AJ. Now I'm about to be mad AJ.
Mm. Ooh, nice right hand landed by AJ. Another straight, nice jab landed by Franklin.
Yeah, he do got that eye a little puffy.
Mm. He got 5 rounds to go. He could definitely, he definitely could swell that eye up and make it worse.
Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah, see that frustrates me, bro. Like when he holding the dude, and then he just hold him till the referee comes. Like, nah, man, use that as a tool.
Right.
Boom, good right hand. I might be about 30 seconds behind you. You can see it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they working on that eye in that corner too.
Hey, AJ better get this dude up out of here, man. Because if he don't, you know what they're gonna say is they're gonna be like, he just wanted to get some rounds in with his new trainer and all that type of stuff. You know how they're gonna play it.
Right. So Conrad Boston says 4-3. Okay. So he got Franklin winning.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Conrad. Like I say, and maybe because when I'm looking and I'm watching the fight and I'm scoring it in my head as we go, I'm factoring in that they're in the UK. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking that Franklin just had to slightly a little bit more to get some of those close rounds, even though he is, being a formidable opponent.
Great. He says, I bet Bello has it 70-0 for AJ though.
Yeah, hey, Bell, you probably got like 2 10-8 rounds up in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Bello got it. All 10, yeah, all 10. He got it 70 for Joshua and 63 for Franklin. But this is the only fight so far that hasn't ended early, man. All the undercards ended early. Every single one of them. Okay, Joshua throwing now. Yeah, Franklin pushed him off hard with the shoulder. Yeah, all the fights ended early. On the undercard, yeah.
Yeah, that coffee fight was bad though. Like that wasn't fair. That's what I'm saying. Like that they waited for the perfect opportunity to go ahead and give old boy that victory against Coffee because he wasn't hurt. Now he landed a few shots in that exchange.
Right.
But they were waiting for that out. Like, you're not gonna mess this up. But,
right. Yeah, that looked like some kind of. Is Wally is he from the UK?
I think so. He sounded like it.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that stoppage, man. Everybody was saying that was a bad stoppage. Coffee, he even complained. So it's not like he went down or anything. So
he didn't go down. It wasn't like he was wobbly or anything like that.
Right.
He was real coherent. You can tell when it's a bad stoppage when the dude's just like right there talking to you,
right?
Like you're having a conversation right afterwards.
Right. Yeah, Coffee was game, until that stoppage. He was game, man. He was holding his own in there.
Yeah, I didn't see much of the fight. That's when I took that little mini nap, and that was like a perfect nap, bro. That's like 5 minutes. I pops up, I get up, and it was the 4th round, and I'm seeing like the punch stats. So it's showing that Coffee was very much into that fight. It looked like he was winning based on the punch stats. But then like that exchange happened. It's like, damn, like y'all gonna give him to, especially if the man was close or up in the fight. Like, why would you do that? You got to give him an opportunity to at least, I don't know if they had an 8 count. Like, could they possibly have given a man an 8 count or something like that?
You know, they didn't give him no count or nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
AJ don't like this dude out. I'm gonna be disappointed, AJ. You might as well go back to McCracken and all them dudes back in there in the UK.
Right. Both guys doing a lot of leaning, you know, the end of that round. Jeff Hussein says AJ knock him out in 5 or 7. He has 50-50. Ryan Haney says that stoppage was terrible. Yeah, it was. That was a bad stoppage, man. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man. You know, but Coffee seemed like he was cool. He wasn't cool with it, but he accepted it. Like,
yeah. I'm sure he got a nice payday though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, he done good with his career, you know, in terms of, you know, he started pretty late in boxing. You know, he's like an army veteran or army surgeon or something. So, you know, at the point in his career where he started, I mean, he's had some success. So, you know, especially, you know, fighting on the big stage like this. I mean, he's already 36, so
yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw Coffee, the first time I saw him fight, he was fighting against what's that dude name?
Was it Johnny Rice?
Johnny Rice beat the Pope out of him. That's what changed my opinion. But it was Darmani Rock. And Darmani Rock was like he was supposed to give it to him. And he was like undefeated. He was highly touted amateur and all of that type of stuff.
Right.
Boom, good right hand, AJ. And so just the way Coffee ended up taking him out, being so powerful with like agility and stuff like that, and then the calmness and smoothness that he did it. Like this is a dude to be reckoned with. AJ coming from around 9.
Yeah, the Darmani Rock, man, that was a nice. He landed like a nice uppercut on Darmani Rock, had his spit flying out of him.
Yeah, and so that was I was like, dang, this might be a dude they need to reckon with right here.
Right.
Then the Rice fight, the Jonathan Rice, it was like he started looking like one of the dudes that need to be reckoned with. Like when they fought against each other, I'm like, dang. Yeah. They fought again, he was even worse. So I haven't seen him since, you know, the Fabio fight that he had today.
Yeah.
I didn't like his body language on the ropes, but he wasn't hurt. It was like when I saw him against Darmani Rock early on against Rice, he looked more confident. Like he looked like a guy who knew what he was doing. Like today, it looked like he was kind of shying away from some of the punches that was coming towards him. Like he wasn't ready to counter and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you throw on him and go ahead and just wait. Where before it looked like he wanted you to try to test him a little bit so he can come back with his stuff. It just looked a little different.
Right. Yeah, man. You know, with the Darmani Rock fight, you know, because Darmani Rock's from Philly, you know, like I did an episode with G5, and he was saying like Darmani Rock, you know, he was fresh off the couch, like he didn't train or nothing leading up to that fight. So that, you know, he doesn't have the best physique, but he was saying like Darmani Rock was fresh off the couch.
No, he was fresh out of a cheesesteak restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Chubby.
Yeah, I was hearing that too, man. Yeah, and I got a story with Darmani Rock, man. A lot of people don't know this, man, but I used to drive for FedEx, right? And I had a customer whose last name was Rock, and I was talking with him about boxing one time, and because we always saw, and he was telling me he got a nephew named Rock, and this was before Darmani Rock was fighting on TV and everything. You know, I didn't believe him, so I Googled it. I said, let me see if this guy telling the truth. And, you know, came to find out he was telling the truth, and Darmani Rock was his nephew. Yep. This was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I wonder did he let me check and see real quick. Yeah, see, he still hasn't fought since the Coffee loss. Ooh,
yeah. Yeah, that's what saying. Like that's what Jeff was saying. He was fresh off the couch, right? He wasn't training or nothing leading. It was like he got the call and took the fight, but he wasn't training or nothing.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you see footage of him in the amateurs, he looked like a nice little prospect back then.
Mm. Let me get these comments. So what was Ron Haney says AJ keeps holding. Conrad Boxing is 4-4. AJ looks terrible.
Yeah, AJ should be holding.
Yeah. I think this guy maybe speaking a different language, man. If Chris G was in here, man, he can translate it for me. Ron Handy says AJ might be winning, but he looks mentally not in the fight. Conrad Box says 5-4, but this ain't pretty. Okay. So we got three rounds left.
Yeah, it could be a few things that's going on.
Hmm.
One, you would think that having the new trainer, being as good as he is, it would kind of work with anybody. But sometimes it may not register. Like that could be a part of it. Maybe they need more time together. Maybe, some of the things that he's trying to instill in AJ
right
at this particular stage of his career and at this age, maybe it's just not translating. And AJ just is AJ. He's just who he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that, man.
And the other thing too is no matter how much you want to AJ always come out the first part of the round throwing them hands, but no matter how much you like prepare for a fight, it still comes a time when the motivation piece, because AJ has fought so many big fights.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you fighting somebody who really is not that known like that. So how motivate, like after two Usyk fights, after you fought Klitschko, you fought, even the Charles Martin fight when you were on a come up. You know what I'm saying? Like all of those fights, like can you truly at the age of 32, 33, you know what I mean? How motivated can you be? Even though, and because see, that's the other thing too, like the way he lost to Usyk, it was more psychological than it was like physical.
Yeah. And like I said, he got out of character, man. I never seen AJ, throw the bats down and get on a mic and go on a little rant. That to me, that's just not his style.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh, nice straight right hand thrown by AJ. It's a nice little back and forth action in this round.
Oh, good right hand by Franklin. But you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. Like, see, you can't. This could be a good thing though. It all depends on AJ. You know what I'm saying? As far as how his perception, because perception is gonna be everything. Right. And the reason why I say that is because dude he has some talent, man. Like, and he's a heavyweight. Yes, he's big, strong, not a one-punch knockout artist. But he can get you out of there if he hits you clean.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, if at this stage of his career, if he can, it's not even the physical things that he can add. If he can add like the little small things, like I say, holding, clenching, doing stuff that's just going to enable me to win this fight, where you can't get off on me, but I'm just utilizing my experience and all of that type of stuff, and I can go ahead and get these victories. And not necessarily if the knockout it comes, but if he's able to do that, because why I say that is I remember vividly, and he's not as talented, nowhere near the talent as Lennox Lewis, but Lennox Lewis really got so much better when he got older, and he still was athletic and stuff like that, but he knew how to harness everything that just made him so much more of a complete fighter. And if he has that mentality in order to just be a student of the game and know what it is that I need to do to maximize my ability to win these fights, I think he could. I just don't know, like, if he has that makeup to be able to think.
Yeah. And I like what you were saying earlier about, like he just got with Derek James, so it's not like Derek James had a lot of time to work with him. Like with Mel or Spence, I'm sure he's been working with those guys for a long time because they rate in Texas. So and plus I'm not sure if Derek James ever trained a legit heavyweight. So there were some things that Derek James probably had to get used to as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who would they have to help Trent. Like, who was he like sparring and stuff like that?
That's the same thing I was curious about. I'm sure they got a lot of fighters in Texas, but like what heavyweights was he sparring? That's the same questions I had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice body shot, nice uppercut landed by AJ.
It seems like the more they go into the fight, that AJ is winning more and more rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I attribute that to your boy. He's not. He like you said earlier, he kind of fades a little bit towards the end of fights.
Right. Ooh, nice straight right hand, straight left hand, followed by uppercut by AJ. Franklin came back, with a nice hand of his own.
You know what's gonna happen if AJ wins this?
Yeah.
What you think is gonna happen if he get this decision or he wins? Oh, good right uppercut.
That's tough, man. I don't know what would be next, man. I mean, Wilder's not doing nothing, but like you said, him and Usyk may happen next, but I don't know, man.
Heck no, like he ain't ready for no dang on Wilder. Nobody like that. No, not after this. Ooh, good right hand by Franklin. But you know who he should? He maybe two. He need like 2 or 3 more fights, either with Derek James or 2 or 3 more fights to really see. Sometimes he has such a breakdown, like mentally, psychologically after the Usyk fight, and I haven't really listened to him in his interviews and stuff like that. But I knew once he ended up doing what he did after the Usyk fight, I knew that facade of who AJ was, that person, that manufacturer guy they created, that he wasn't gonna be the guy that you see moving forward.
Right.
So with that being said, sometimes you gotta hurt before you can help. And so he was in that vulnerable stage where he's just like rock bottom psychologically because I'm not. Now you see who I am. And so now he can build on that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, after a fight like this, I would go for Dillian White. So if I'm who I'm supposed to be, I should be able to still beat Dillian White. So that's going to let me know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like moving forward. So I knock off Dillian White. Then I might go back in there against somebody like a Herkovich or somebody like that.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
You know what I'm saying? Like then once I do that, then because he's not young, but he's young enough,
right?
To be able to still get some of those fights in.
Yeah, and I'm sure Dillian White will he'll love the payday, because he was complaining about the purse when he fought Fury. It was like a 80-20 split or something like that, and he wasn't happy with the money, so he didn't show up to no press conferences. But at the end of the day, he didn't fight like he wanted to win in that fight, in my opinion. So I think AJ, can be AJ and Dillian White, that would be a good fight,
I'm glad he didn't fight Dillian. At first, I was like, since Dillian White beat Franklin, why not face Dillian White? But I'm glad he did after watching this.
True. Yeah. Let me get these comments. Jeff, he's saying, yes, man, do the 5. Not sure what he's trying to say. Says AJ would do it. Yes, Yogo. More money, very much. Jib looking for pardon money.
You talking about Franklin?
Okay. All right. Ryan Hanley says, I feel like it's a draw. Conrad Boxer says he got it 6-4 for AJ. Conrad Boxer says, give AJ a warning for holding already. And Conrad says 74 for AJ. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I don't know what he's saying here. It says Jeffrey saying Middletown, ball bad boys.
Okay, Hussein.
Right? Yeah, he's staying busy though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate him, appreciate him rocking with us. Yeah, like
Hussein,
AJ. Yeah, his trunks were bloody, man.
Hussein going over there, the last ones at the bar, hit that sub button, homie.
Yeah, do that for sure.
Yeah, he do got some bloody shorts. He done
Yeah,
white ones in the red trunks.
yeah. Ruff is bloody on his sleeves too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, doing a lot of holding.
Mm.
Yeah,
AJ just so basic, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
He's landing some big shots now though. He trying to do this in the last round. Yeah, but I like what you said, man. I think Dylan White, beating, if he wins, beating Franklin, to me doesn't put him back in there with like a top guy. But I think Dylan White is decent. Then, like you said, like a Herkovich or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that caliber, yeah.
Then I think his confidence to truly be back.
True.
He'll also that will help him. See, because this is a different. Like he's the same, but he's a little bit different. Like he's not. This is AJ. Like
right.
so they gonna build on this if he sticks with their. Again, I don't know his makeup, and I don't know how he's gonna perceive this if he's still victorious. I know that the fight is almost over with. If he's victorious, I don't know how he's gonna perceive this victory, and if he's gonna be like, well, it didn't work, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back with my old blokes and back in the UK. I don't know what he's gonna do, but if he takes this and he moves forward with Derrick James, like I said, I just think they can build on this.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it before. Like I said, I keep using Lennox as the example because when he first got with Emmanuel Stewart, he wasn't necessarily just out the gate looking great. You know what I'm saying? It's like they kept building and kept building.
Looks like they got in some kind of tussle at the end of the fight. Not sure what happened though.
Not again. Oh, because AJ tapped his head.
Okay. Yeah, but he's not ready. Yeah, he's not ready for Wilder or Fury. I would even throw Joe Joyce in there. I don't think he's ready for that power that Joe Joyce can bring. Even though he's slow, even though Joyce is slow, his power is crazy. So I wouldn't even want to see him in there with Joe Joyce. Yeah, like I said, beating the Jermaine Franklin to me doesn't put him right back in there with those top guys. And he couldn't. He didn't drop. Franklin. I mean,
nah, he didn't.
As big as he is, yeah. So.
Here's the thing, though. Like Jermaine Franklin is a tough guy too. It's not like he's been knocked out before. It's not like he's chinny or anything like that. He's one of those that's gonna be tough to look great against.
Right.
So it's okay. You got your 12 round, decision. You got 12 rounds in. You got a win under your belt. You know what I mean? Like, look at it like the positives that you got out of this.
Yeah. Let me get these comments real quick. Conrad Boss says 8-4, but that ain't pay-per-view material. Laughing out loud.
No, absolutely not.
Ryan Hanley says, look like AJ tapped his head. Yeah, it's showing the replay now.
He did. Yeah, he tapped his head. What's going for?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it now. So he got mad about that. So Conrad Boxer says, let me see. He says, guaranteed after this fight, all kinds of boxers will call out AJ. Jeff Hussein says, go to rematch about you. Ryan Hanley says Franklin was frustrated with the holding too. I think he wanted to throw hands more during the fight, but AJ made it awkward because of his size. Okay. Jeff Hussein, like he's saying, to go for the rematch, and says, yes, man.
I thought the fight was over. They're about to fight again. That's crazy.
Yeah, everybody that's tuned in, next Saturday on Showtime is Fundora versus Brian Mendoza, and then of course on ESPN, Shakur Stevenson returns in his hometown. Big Baby Anderson, Jared Anderson is on the undercard, and I think Keyshawn Davis is still on the undercard as well. So, those are good fights to look forward to.
Keyshawn talk too much, man.
Yeah,
Way too much.
yeah. Yeah, he still got to build his resume. He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter.
Yeah.
I think he still got to build him up. Yeah, I don't like seeing fighters so cocky early in their career, but at the same time, it's confidence. You know what I'm saying? They believe in their skills, believe in themselves. So ain't nothing wrong with it. But I think Keyshawn Davis just needs keep building his resume and get some names on his resume.
It's just the right way to go about doing it, though.
Mm-hmm. He's solid. He's a decent fighter, though, for sure.
118 to 111. Alex Levin and Fabian Guggenheim both scored about 117 to 111. All three for your winner by unanimous decision, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He don't look too excited, though.
Nah.
He don't look too excited, yeah.
He shouldn't be.
Ryan says AJ needs to retire. He just won, but he looks like he lost. That's what I'm saying. He's not smiling. He don't seem too happy. So yeah, I can't say. I mean, like you said, he is like a top, one of the top heavyweights, but I just can't see him hanging, with the Fairies, the Wilders, JoJo. I just can't see him hanging with those guys, man.
Listen, man, y'all too harsh on these dudes, man. Like, check this out, right? So, what have you said that about Fury after he fought Otto Wallen? You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't look good at all. Like, Otto Wallen was putting a pause on Fury to a certain degree.
True.
So, you don't know what they may have been attempting to work on. You don't know if, it could be little factors that they need more time together, so on and so forth. We don't know. But he did get the victory against somebody who could be undefeated. Like, he could have very well got that victory against Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, are high on, Franklin's abilities. When he's in shape, became prepared. Whatever trainer that he has, it's like a second camp with him, long camp. He was ready. He was prepared. Like, he's tricky. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought AJ would be able to hurt him and catch him more. And once he did, I just wanted to see. I didn't know if Franklin would be able to respond, but he has a really solid set of whiskers too. So you can't, at the end of the day, you got the victory. Everybody, you're not going to look good every time. You know what I'm saying? You just, at the end of the day, what it is, it's about, getting a nod. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. And I said he got a victory. So I wonder if he's gonna, keep Derek James in his corner. I think he will.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see because let's see. Let's hear a little bit of AJ.
Yeah, in fact, like everybody's tuned in, man. What y'all think about Plant Benavidez? Who would y'all like to see Benavidez fight next? To me, it's either Andre. I think Andre's a good name, or Morrell. But I think Morrell just needs more fights under his belt. I think Morrell is a fresher fighter. He's tall, he's tough, he comes to bring it. But I just think that at this stage, Andre, he just needs that big fight. So I still would go for Benavidez, but I just don't. I feel like Andre doesn't have the best gas tank as well, man. But
for what? Who was that? Andre against Benavidez?
Yeah, I think that's a fight that Benavidez should take next. Canelo's fighting Ryder and next month. So I mean, if Canelo gets past Ryder, which I feel he would, maybe they can build up something. But I don't know. But I just think that Andre is a good fight. Andre fought on Showtime a few months ago on Tank's undercard. So I think him and Andre could be a good fight, and I'm sure they'll make that pay-per-view. But like I said, at this stage of Andre's career, man, he just needs that one big name, man, on his resume before it gets too late.
See, Andre, he messed up because he's been doing the same thing way too long by fighting less than stellar opposition for all of these years. So
Yeah.
now that he allowed Benavidez to get that plant fight, see, Benavidez gonna put himself in position to be messing around with like Canelo. Like, he put pressure on him now. And so what he's going to do, which would be smart. See, Andre really don't have anything that's going to benefit him. Like, now he's in a situation where, like I said, he's next in line for Canelo. You got to have something. And the only person who really has something that's a buffer that I think would interest him at 168 will probably be Morrell, even though he's at least has like a secondary type belt or something like that. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if he's going to stay at 168, he's going to have to face Morrell anyway. Andre hasn't really done anything at 168. I think if he fights somebody, like if he would have took the, I want to say his name was whoever it is that Ryder beat, Zach Parker or somebody like that. He was supposed to fight Zach Parker, but he ended up withdrawing out of the fight. He didn't take the fight. He has to have some semi signature victory at 168 for those guys really to consider him like that. You know what I mean? And so right now with the little fight that he had on the bottom of the undercard of the Tank Davis fight, that's not going to do it. That's not going to cut it.
Right.
And so now here's the deal though. When it comes to Benavidez, I think Benavidez will get through those dudes. But one dude he's not going to get through not anytime soon is the real Mexican monster, and that's Canelo. The mess out of Benavidez, they need to pump their brakes when they sit up here and talk about Canelo scared of this person. Nah, man, Canelo, they keep approaching him with, so you scared of this person, you scared of that person. It's like you can't fight everybody. Dude, I'm sitting up here trying to fight Bivol. That's what's lighting the fire under me because that man beat me. And I think that I can beat him, even though I don't think he can beat him. But those other dudes, 168, Benavidez, I'm telling you why Canelo will smoke him. Reason why Canelo will smoke him, I can't see Canelo losing to somebody who just over there trying to rough you up. That's all they're trying to do is trying to get to you, rough you up. Now he can move a little bit. That's so basic, man. He's very Antonio Margaritas. I don't see he has a little skill there, but not to the level. It's one thing to be one of the top 168-pound fighters in the world, but it's a whole nother thing to be one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world. And so you talking about Canelo's, you coming in there with that stuff. Canelo is going to mess around. Not just going to come up there and run up on Canelo and think that he's just going to be cowering like and holding you and stuff like that. No, he coming back with some of them hard-ass shots.
Right.
But he's going to have to be worried about and cognizant of. You saw how Plant got hit with a headbutt against Benavidez. That's what caused all of that blood and stuff like that to start coming out. Canelo's putting a pause on. And then you see what Canelo did to Billy Joe Saunders. He hit that dude. You saw what he did to Callum Smith. He hit his shoulder all out of pocket. Nah, man, you're not going to be doing that. He's too skilled, too.
Facts.
So that's the Mexican monster to me.
Yeah, and to follow up on that, even though Caleb Plant is with Breadman, Breadman's one hell of a trainer, and David Benavidez couldn't get him out of there. And don't get me wrong, man, that rounds 10, 11, and 12, David Benavidez was landing bombs. Plant was holding on too, but he was landing bombs, and he still couldn't get him out of there. Canelo got him out of there, like 11th round or so. So.
Once Canelo start touching him, you can't stand up to that. See, it's a difference, man. Like Benavidez, I respect him because he's old school. Like he fights like an old school fighter, but it's just little tricks of the trade that he doesn't. You'll find out. You go running up Canelo tree, you're gonna find out why he like one of the top pound for pound fighters still. I think like maybe 2-3 years. You got up to that point where Canelo just fall off the cliff because he got wear and tear on. Like Canelo got about 50-some fights, almost 60 fights, or maybe 60 fights. Yeah. And he's been fighting since he's been like 15, 16. Facts. So you see him with like little knee pads on and stuff like that. But it's not like he's going to have to go after Benavidez. Benavidez is going to be sitting up there trying to throw them punches, pushing him all, trying to get to him. As soon as he's trying to do that, counter shots, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get these comments. So, Ryan Haney said Canelo. So, Conrad Boston said Andre would be a good opponent for Benavidez.
He'd be a good tune-up. Well,
Yeah, and then he said next year, hopefully Canelo. Jeff Hussein says wish to meet one. Money Mayweather. I know what he's saying. No one like Muhammad Ali and Mike. They made the legends.
Used to make one money. It was Albion.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you saying, man. Yeah. What's the name? Andre having the victory over Demond Nicholson doesn't like put him in a position with for Benavidez. But I just feel he needs that big fight. Like I said, it was on Showtime, so I think Al Heyman can make that happen, man.
He could. I just don't think that. See, what PBC, they need a short thing, like with the network situation that they're in.
Yep.
And the short thing is more so. I think that Morrell even is more. He has a solid fan base out there in Minnesota. When they fight out there, they sell that bad boy out. So he can count on that. And he can count on a fan base supporting him against Benavidez, where you don't know what Andre fighting on those undercards and he just in the paper, paper, like you can't trust that.
Right.
And right now, I think maybe if he would have called, let's say for instance the Plant fight didn't transpire. Now that could have been a viable option then. But now that you got this guy, it was so much fanfare when it came to the Plant Benavidez fight. I don't know what the numbers were like, but I do know going into the fight that all eyes were on that match. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want to build on. You know what I mean? You can build him into much of an even bigger star or do something very similar if you fight somebody like a Morrell, as opposed to Andre right now. I just had to do something that's going to shine a little bit more light on him. But I don't even know. Like some of these guys just don't have it, man. Like he's a good talker, but it's like where he does the talking. Some of the things kind of contradict themselves because, he's not really fighting the best type fighters, but then he's saying that people are ducking him. And it's like, dude, if they ducking you, then why are you still here fighting these guys as you facing them?
Facts.
Yeah.
Like Andre's a great fighter, man, but his resume is just so weak. And I feel he's to blame for some of it too, like not fighting, turning down fights due to purses, it's just like he didn't fight once last year. So
yeah, he's always in that situation where it's like contractual situations or something that's going on that prohibits him from getting into the ring.
Right.
And then once you finally see him in the ring, and it's like it's always against that C-, D+ level type dude. You're like, dang, man, we can see. We know you can beat them like easily. So, but yeah, man, I ain't gonna stay on too long. I just wanted to make sure I saw AJ chop it up with you.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Like, before we close this out, man, I want to get your thoughts on one more thing, man. Like, what you think about this Virgil Ortiz staying on this situation? This is the second time the fight's been postponed. And we've seen this before, with Virgil Ortiz. He's mentioned her illness, and then here we are again. He's mentioned the illness, now the fight's postponed. So I'm glad I didn't get my tickets, no flight tickets or nothing yet. You know what I mean? So,
well, hopefully Virgil is able to whatever's going on with him, because this is the second time that he has experienced something that had to push back fights and things of that nature. So I just want him, whatever it is, if you need to move up, if that's what's causing these issues, these health issues, because it sounds like it's not something that it's not minor stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that he's going through, and you don't just want to put your body through that trauma, over and over. If you can't make 147, if that's what it is, I don't know what the problem is, but whatever's going on, I just want him to get himself together.
Yeah.
But it's the, like from a fan standpoint, it's like, dang, man, that was a fight that you just wanted to see.
Facts.
That was going to be. Now the other thing though, Ty, I think that fight could have been brutal for both guys because they both are brutal type fighters. You know what I'm saying? it's like two rams colliding, and I don't know if that would have took a little bit off of each guy, for the temporarily, while they lick their wounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it might benefit each guy, but it's going to be interesting to see what Stan Jonas does in response. Hopefully, it could be the fact that we might still get another good fight like a Boots Ennis or something like that. That'll be cool too, because I want to see Boots fight somebody like that.
Yeah.
But it's messed up because I think you mentioned this off air, the fact that April 29th was going to be a blockbuster day, and now we're not getting either one of those fights because Usyk and Fury situation.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to add. Yup, two, blockbuster fights for the end of the month. End of month with good boxing, but neither one of them are happening now. So that's a true letdown. For the month of April, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the big one though, you know what I mean? You got Ryan and Tank.
Yeah, that's gonna be a blockbuster fight. Can't wait for that one, man.
What round you got Tank, putting him to sleep?
I would say the later rounds, man. I would say from 8 to 10, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 to 10. Yeah.
You Tank gonna fill him out a little bit, kind of let him gas a little bit, and then
and then just go into that monster mode that he go into.
Yeah. Now here's the thing with that strategy though. See, that strategy is good though. You know what I'm saying? Like against most guys. But sometimes you run up against that person. I equate it to like you can being a former basketball player and being on a team that was really good. And I'm saying this to say just to create some type of example of what I see when you try to use that strategy. So for instance, if you have a team and that team, they like to wait for a certain moment, like they filling you out a little bit, but then it's like this certain moment, they put this either trap on, they start pressing or whatever it is that they do, that they know that they're going to catch you. And when they catch you at that particular moment, you're not going to be able to handle it because of the fact that I know that we still got all of our energy and, we got a great stamina. We got like excellent quickness. We know how to turn you into traps and things like that. Because you already just been thinking that everything is all lovely because of the fact that we haven't, like, I just been buying my time and stuff like that. And you get a little stuff off that you think that I said, okay, he got that off. I'm going to let him think that he can get that off later. So I'm going to go ahead and counter. Now, sometimes you can go ahead and go up against a guy or a team that's prepared for that. Like all they did was, okay, I know at this particular moment he's going to do this. And then what he's going to do is he's going to try to set me up here. And I'm going to counter that when he attempts to do that. Now, I don't know if Ryan has that ability to be able to do it, but that's what we're going to be able to see on April 22nd when they collide.
Yeah, facts, man. So, like I said, Tank's got a lot of stipulations in his contract, so he's got more advantages in his favor. But Ryan Garcia, at the end of the day, he still signed a contract. He still wanted to fight, so just can't wait. Just wait to see a great fight, man.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't play a factor. I hear some people say I want to say it was Boots Ennis. I mean, the guys are going to be favorable to whoever this is going to be favorable to.
Right.
And that's just how it works. But what he said is that the weigh-in is so early that you still have an opportunity to replenish, the nutrients that you need in your body in order to be prepared for fight night.
Right.
Hopefully that's the case, and it's not like, anything that's going to prohibit both guys from being at their best, at their optimal level, in order for us to see them at their best, so we can see if the best man actually is going to win. You know what I mean? But like you said, there's always no excuse. Like once you sign that contract, you sign a contract. And it is what it is. You have to let the chips fall where they may.
Facts. Yeah. So we get in these comments, then we close this one out, man. So he said, Jeffrey Hussein, he says, just for the dollar bill. Just for the dollar bill, you know what the score is all about. He said, Yeah, Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. There never been no one like them ever again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel Jeff on that. Because like I say, when it comes to these type of fights, like an AJ against a overwhelming underdog and stuff, even if he fights somebody who's even more known, you're gonna have to really beat the mess out of AJ in order to beat him in the UK. And it's not just the UK that's like that. It's a lot of places where you have fighters. We saw that last week with Chris Colbert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they probably looking at him as being more marketable than the Valenzuela guy. So, and they can like build Valenzuela up because he's younger and stuff like that. Chris Colbert talks a good game. They got him when he fights out there in Brooklyn. Like, that's a solid fan base for him. So we want to make sure we keep that momentum going with him, and then we can build Valenzuela up a little bit later, you know. So, you're always going to have that in the sport. And that's the messed up part of it. But that's why I say, like, when I score fights, I always factor in, who's what they would call an A side and
Right.
who's more marketable and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but everybody felt, Chris Colbert, he lost that fight. Everybody said he lost.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you what, Tom, if you rewatch it, you can make it all depends on how you look at it. It just, they gave him all of the questionable rounds. Because I'm gonna tell you, if first round, obviously that's a 10-8 round. Second round, he bounced back so well. You know what I'm saying? That was a good bounce back round. He won the second round.
Yeah.
The third round it's like a couple of rounds that's kind of close. Now the rounds that Valenzuela won, he smoked it. But it was a part of the fight where Colbert looked like he had turned it around and he was building momentum. He was taking over control of the fight. But then it was parts of the rounds where Colbert would be winning the fight or winning that round, but then like something would happen with his eye or something like that, and he'd be in a corner, and then Valenzuela's throwing those punches at him. It's like, dude, who gets this round? It's like 2 rounds like that. Then the 10th round, Colbert is winning the whole round. Last like 10, 20 seconds, he gets hurt. Who do you give that to? You know what I'm saying? So it like optically, it looks bad for Colbert. It looked like he just got like dude won. But when you score it, depending on how you score it, I can see how the fight could have ended up the way it went if you gave Colbert some of those rounds, or all of those rounds, really.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not going live for your Ropesy and Dogway fight tonight?
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. I ain't gonna go live for it, but I'll definitely probably, catch that. Is that on ESPN, right?
Yeah, that's the ESPN card.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out. Who shout out to YF? He says AJ got cooked, and he says Usyk beating Fury. Appreciate you, YF, man. Never seen you before, man. So subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Last One's at the Bar, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, Usyk, I don't know about that one, no YF. That's gonna be a goodie if they actually get into the ring, because that might be a case where you got like a great little man against a great big man. And both of them know what it is that they're doing inside the ring. But Usyk, I never bet against him. I just won't bet because that man, has skills to pay the bills.
Yeah, true. Yeah, man, we'll close this one out, man. But before we do, man, I just want to give who shout out, Darnell Boone, coming back for a follow-up interview, man. So if you haven't seen that interview, check that out. Good interview. Appreciate Mike No Joke Store. He did episode 18 with me, man. That was a long one, man. He was chopping it up on there. So yeah, if you ain't seen them, man, you can tune in, just scroll through it, just check out some bits of it, so who shout out to those guys. I was able to bring 2 boxers on the on the channel back to back in the same week. So I appreciate those guys for sure, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's always good, man. You be doing your thug thizzle when it comes to interviews, though.
Yeah. I'll be behind the scenes, man, trying to put that work in, man. You know what I mean? It's hard to get some of these guys on, man. So, gotta appreciate them, taking the time out their schedules, to hop on, man.
Absolutely. Always an honor, though. You know what I'm saying? I have one of those guys, they the true warriors when it comes to this thing. Like, we just having discussions and giving our perspectives as fans, but they're the ones who actually are the warriors and putting their grind in and can tell you like the nuances and what it takes to get here, like as far as like what it's like to deal with these promoters, or what to look for when it comes to certain exchanges, how guys look, inside the ring, just based on their experience. So Man, it's always a pleasure, man. It's an honor. When I see any of those guys, salute them. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's always a pleasure because that's without them, we not doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts, man. Yeah, man. So we close it out, man. Like, give us your social media, man.
Man, like I say, I always say, the last ones at the bar, that handle right there, that goes for any social media that I would like for you to subscribe to, whether it's YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that once again. If you're still on right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Any of our information, we got some good stuff out there, man. You know what I mean? We talk that talk. I've been, shying away from the Thursday chop it up sessions because I just been busy. I had to move. I'm actually going to my hometown on Monday, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it this week. But once I get back into the flow, I'm gonna start getting that cracking again. And then also, last ones at the bar. You can catch us on Instagram as well.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Like I said, man, like we all got busy lives, man. We all work. We all got issues of our own. To take care of. So, man, everybody, we got to salute us. Just coming to the screen and just giving y'all knowledge. Just breaking down fights, man. So, we definitely got busy lives, and we still just make it here. Because this is our passion, man. So, everybody got to salute us. Just for doing that, man.
Absolutely. But again, I appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. All right, y'all just witnessed, the 17th live coverage, the In This Corner podcast, man. We out, man. We'll see y'all again soon.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.